Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. I am Almira D. Abbas. Together with my teammates, our topic is all about borderline personality disorder according to Andrada D. Niaxiu and Marcia M. Linehan. Borderline personality disorder or BPD. BPD has become a stigmatized disorder. Nagresulta siya ng negative attitude, trepidation, and also nag-concern siya with regard to providing treatment. Perhaps, ang greatest concern ni BPD is meron siyang high incidence of suicidal behavior. Approximately 75% of clients na na-meet talaga yung criteria para sa BPD na merong history ng suicide attempts na merong average na 3 to 4 attempts per person. Meron tayong follow-up studies ng person with BPD is merong suicide rates na 7 to 8%. At meron din tayong eventually, yung nag-commit talaga ng suicide is estimated at 10%. Sa lahat ng individuals na nag-commit ng suicide, from 7% to 38% na na-meet talaga yung criteria for BPD. Meron high incident is nag-occur siya primarily among young adults. In particular, si PTSD or si post-traumatic stress disorder is nagre-resulta siya ng greater impairment in the individual with BPD. The criteria for BPD as defined in the 5th edition of Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Disorders reflect a pervasive pattern of instability and dysregulation across all domains of functioning. More recent research is nakita na problem with emotion is common sa mga na-diagnose with variety of other mental health disorder na nag-a-appear dito na meron silang emotion dysregulation pattern na similar sa nakita doon sa may BPD or si borderline personality disorder. Increased sensitivity and reactivity when compared to control has been connected to generalized anxiety, substance dependence, social anxiety disorder, and other specific phobias. As a treatment of BPD and pervasive emotion dysregulation, first, i-review natin yung treatment for BPD and mag-provide tayo ng information about their theoretical rationales and maka-provide tayo ng mga supporting data. Then, i-present natin yung empirical support for DBT as treatment natin for BPD and for emotion dysregulation. Ipa-follow ito ng more in-depth description of DBT. Meron itong tatlo. Una is si philosophical roots, pangalawa is si underlying theory, and pangatlo is si treatment protocols. Now, let's tackle the overview of other treatment approaches. Una is si psychodynamic approaches. Merong tatlong authors na nag-receive ng most attention. Una is si Kernberg, pangalawa si Bateman, pangatlo si Fonagy. According to Kernberg 1984, theoretical contribution are clearly prominent. His objective relation model is comprehensive as a theory and technique that has been considered influence on the psychoanalytic literature. Also, his expressive psychotherapy for clients with borderline personality organization, BPO or BPD, which is the borderline personality disorder, transference focused psychotherapy, which is TFP, emphasizes 3 primary factors. Una, interpretation. Pangalawa, maintenance of technical neutrality. And last is si transference analysis. Sa psychodynamic approach, meron tayong tinatawag na focus of the therapy, which is exposure and resolution of intrapsychic conflict. Ang treatment goals dito, included dito yung increase in impulse control and anxiety tolerance, ability to modulate affect, and also development of stable interpersonal relationship. Merong mga targets. Una, containment of suicidal and self-destructive behaviors. Pangalawa, therapy-destroying behaviors. Pangatlo is identification and recapitulation of dominant objective relational patterns as experienced in transparent relationship. Sa psychodynamic, meron din ditong tinatawag na mentalization therapy na na-develop ni Bateman and Fonagy 2004. Ito daw is isang intensive therapy grounded in attachment theory with a focus on relationship pattern and non-conscious factors inhibiting change. Mentalization refers to one perception or interpretation of actions of the others and oneself as intentional. The treatment is based on the theory that individuals with BPD have inadequate capacity for mentalization. It focuses to bring the client's mental experiences to conscious awareness, facilitating a more complete, integrated sense of mental agency. The goal dito is to increase the client capacity for recognizing the existence of thoughts and feeling na na-experience niya. Meron din tayong mentalization-based therapy or MBT. Ito ay naging successful as offered in 18-month partial hospitalization followed by 18-month weekly therapy and also 18-month outpatient individual and group intervention MBT as treatment para sa mga individuals with BPD. Treatment program with the following goals. Una is si psychoanalytically informed engagement of client in treatment. Pangalawa, reduction of psychopathology, including dito yung depression and anxiety. Pangatlo is reduction of suicidal behaviors. Panghapat is improvement in social competence. Lastly, panglima, reduction in length hospitalization. Pangalawa, sa overview of other treatment approaches is the psychopharmacological. Dito is nagpo-focus siya sa drug treatments for individual with BPD. Hina-highlight dito yung pag-prescribe ng gamot ng ating mga pharmacotherapists. BPD involves yung dysregulation in too many domains for a single drug. In general, nagresulta siya ng indication that several agents may be useful for improving global functioning. Pasok din dito si perceptual symptoms, emotion dysregulation, or impulsive behavioral discontrol. Sa first generation ng mga gamot, merong evidence na nagsusupport na effective si haloperidol sa reduction of anger. Effective din naman si flupentixol in reduction of suicidal behavior. Si thiotizine naman is hindi siya effective. In second generation, merong evidence na nagsusupport na si aripiprazole is effective siya sa pag-reduce ng pathology symptoms as well as the comorbid psychopathology ng ating mga individuals with BPD. Si olanzapine is meron siyang evidence na meron itong positive effect in reducing affective instability, anger, and psychotic symptoms. And may findings din tayo na ang effect nito sa suicidal behavior is halo or mix in English. In addition, si olanzapine is nagpapakita siya na nadidecrease nito yung impulsive aggression and chronic dysphoria, and mas effective siya sa fluoxetine. Si olanzapine is meron siyang side effect which is gain weight. Si ziprasidone is hindi siya effective. Dito naman tayo sa mga mood stabilizers and antidepressants. Si valproate semisodium is meron siyang significant effect in reducing interpersonal problems and depression in individuals with BPD, including dito yung aggressive and impulsive behavior na meron sila. Si lamotrigine is more effective siya in reducing impulsivity. Si topiramate is para siya sa pag-reduce ng associated psychotherapy and anger. And also, si topiramate is meron siyang significant side effect of weight loss. Sa antidepressant is merong evidence na limited lang yung effectiveness nito sa treatment ng BPD problems. Si omega-3 fatty acid is nakita siya na nagre-reduce siya ng suicidality and depression. In summary, some drug treatments may be effective in treating individuals with BPD. Nevertheless, meron pa rin caution in order when considering a pharmacotherapy for BPD. And some clients with BPD are notoriously compliant with treatment regimens. They may abuse prescribed drugs or overdose it, and also they can experience unintended effects of the drugs. Carefully monitored by the pharmacotherapy, it may be useful and important to adjunct psychotherapy in the treatment for individuals with BPD. Pangatlo sa overview of other treatment approaches is si cognitive behavioral. Treatment for BPD has received increasing attention from cognitive and behavioral theories. Si cognitive approach, binibigyo niya na ang problems ng client with BPD is nagre-reside within both the content and process of individual thoughts. According naman kay Beck's approach, para matreat si BPD, dapat is may representative ng cognitive psychotherapy. Ang focus ng treatment na ito is para ma-restruct yung thoughts and ma-develop yung collaborative relationship through more adaptive ways of viewing the world are developed. More specifically, si cognitive behavioral is nakafocus siya on decreasing negative and polarized belief na nagre-resulta ng unstable affect and destructive behaviors. Sa open clinical trial of cognitive therapy with a person with BPD, dinidecrease nito yung problem associated with BPD, including dito yung depression, hopelessness, and suicide ideation na nakikita sa end of treatment and during follow-up checkups. Meron tayong mga cognitive behavioral therapists tulad ni Young, Klusko, Wishart, Schmid, and Davidson. Sila is inattempt nila na ma-address yung ibang difficulty na na-experience in applying traditional cognitive approaches para sa treatment ng mga BPD. Ang treatment is now offered siya in group settings and it has been tested under the STEPS or System Training for Emotional Predictability and Problem Solving. Itong treatment na ito is nakafocus siya on destigmatization of BPD, emotional control, and behavioral control at the end of 18-week treatment as well as the 6-month follow-up. Yung mga participant natin na na-treat with STEPS is na-report sila na less general and BPD-specific psychopathology na lang. And mas nag-improve yung quality of life nila. Ang treatment na ito is na-offer for 18 session and included na din dito yung one-time follow-up session within 3rd and 6th months of the year. Sa cognitive behavioral is meron tayong tinatawag na Young Schema Focus Therapy na it is a stable pattern of thinking na nade-develop during childhood at nagre-resulta siya ng maladaptive behavior. Si SFT is na-include siya ng variety of intervention na ini-aim na ma-challenge at ma-change yung mga early schemas na na-identify as a set of dysfunctional schema modes na kinokontrol nito yung individual thoughts, emotion, and behavior. Ang result na ito is na-interpret with caution due to small size and use of self-report measures only. Now, dito naman tayo sa evidence for DBT as an effective BPD treatment. Si DBT is nag-evolve siya from standard cognitive behavioral therapy as a treatment for BPD. Particularly yung may mga suicidal at dysfunctional adults. Si theoretical orientation, treatment siya na blend of 3 theoretical position. Una is si behavioral science, pangalawa si dialectical philosophy, and last si Gen practice. Ang behavioral science and principle of behavioral change is na-encounter siya ng clients natin by accepting that wholes are balanced within dialectical framework. Si DBT is based with a consistent behaviorist theoretical position. However, yung actual procedures and strategies is nag-overlap and kinukonsider na lang yung mga various alternative therapy orientation tulad ng psychodynamic, client-centered, strategic, and cognitive therapies. Sa evidence for DBT as an effective BPD treatment, meron tayong tinatawag na efficacy. Si efficacy is treatment siya for people na nag-diagnose with BPD. Si DBT has the most empirical support at the present and generally na-consider siya as frontline treatment for disorder. Si DBT as a treatment for BPD is na-evaluate na siya sa number of control trials. Mamaya, matatakan natin sa table 10.1 na nagresulta siya na siya ay highly effective. Sa mga adult naman na nag-diagnose with BPD na high risk for suicide, significantly, meron tong higher improvements on anger outbursts, suicidal behavior, and hospitalization. Sa efficacy, merong evidence na nagsasuggest na ang DBT adaptation is successful in treating yung mga people diagnosed with BPD. According to Soler and colleagues 2009, ang 13-week DBT skill-only intervention is mas successful in reducing problematic emotion than standard group therapy. According to Bohus and colleagues 2004, ang 12-week inpatient DBT adaptation naman is for females diagnosed with BPD na may history ng suicidal behavior. According naman kay Rupke and his colleagues 2009, merong 12-week inpatient course ng DBT na nagre-resulta ng significant improvement in depression and self-esteem compared for women diagnosed with BPD. Beyond BPD, may mga studies na na-demonstrate na effective ang DBT with older depressed adults and yung mga adults with binge eating disorder, yung mga adults na may suicidal thoughts, and yung mga adults naman na may cluster personality disorder. Now, let's tackle naman yung evidence for DBT as an effective treatment for emotion dysregulation. As noted earlier, merong mental disorders including yung BPD na nako-conceptualize as disorder of emotion regulation with deficits in both emotion, up regulation, and down regulation. Sa previous discuss natin, yung mga difficulties with emotion dysregulation, similar na nakita dun sa mga clients with BPD. Ito daw yung common disorders, specifically, nare-recognize yung emotion, describing and leveling emotion, knowing what to do when an emotion is on the scene. And emotional avoidance is common in many disorders. Si RCT naman is nagsasuggest na ang DBT skills training is mas merong intervention for variety of population. Ang majority ng mga studies is ino-offer only yung mga skills training component of DBT. Therefore, all skills training was originally developed to be part of comprehensive intervention. The number of studies na nagsasuggest na si DBT skills training is ito daw is successful intervention para sa mga variety ng emotion regulation difficulties. Furthermore, si DBT skills training is nagpakita ng active mechanism of change for emotion regulation outcomes in treatment for clients with BPD. Now, let's tackle the table 10.1 as a evidence for DBT as an effective treatment for emotion dysregulation. Now, let's tackle about the 10.1 or the table of randomized controlled trials and controlled trials for DBT. According kay Vamoski 2002, ang kanyang design is controlled trial. Ang kanyang study is none. According naman kay Bohus et al. 2013, ang kanyang design is randomized controlled trials or RCT. Ang kanyang study criteria naman is schizophrenia, mental retardation, requiring immediate other treatment, recent life-threatening suicide attempt, medical condition, consternation for exposure. According naman kay Bohus et al. 2004, ang kanyang design is RCT. Ang kanyang study criteria naman is lifetime schizophrenia, mental retardation, bipolar 1, and current substance abuse. According naman kina Bradley and Follingstad 2003, ang kanyang design is RCT. Ang kanyang study criteria ay none. According naman kay Cartal et al. 2010, ang kanyang study is RCT at ang kanyang study criteria not a fit. According naman kay Kavanagh, Solomon, and Giles 2010, ang kanilang design is RCT. Ang kanilang study criteria is none. According naman kina Clarkin, Levy, Lezenweger, and Kernbergs 2007, ang kanilang design is RCT. Ang kanilang criteria naman is comorbid psychotic disorder, bipolar 1 disorder, delusional disorder, delirium dementia, amnestic, and other cognitive disorders. According naman kay Evershed et al. 2003, ang kanyang design is control trials. Ang kanyang study criteria naman is none. According kay Feigenbaum et al. 2012, ang kanyang design is RCT. Ang kanyang study criteria naman is extensive forensic history that suggests immediate danger to others, schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, primary substance disorder, and severe cognitive impairment. According naman kay Harley et al. 2008 at Fieldman et al. 2009, ang kanilang design is RCT. Ang kanilang study criteria naman is BPD, bipolar psychotic spectrum disorder, active substance abuse or dependence, mental retardation, pervasive developmental disorder, active suicidality, unstable medical condition, exposure to CBT. According naman kina Hill, Craighead, and Safer 2011, ang kanilang design is RCT. Ang kanilang study criteria naman is male, 18 or older, current diagnosis of anorexia nervosa, in psychotherapy, current suicidal ideation, substance dependence, and present psychosis. According naman kay Hervey Koski et al. 2011, ang kanyang design is RCT at ang kanyang criteria is substance abuse, diagnosed brain injury, autism spectrum disorder, suicidality, homelessness, severe depression, psychosis, or bipolar without stable medication. According naman kay Katz et al. 2004, ang kanyang design is control trials. Ang kanyang study criteria naman is mental retardation psychosis, bipolar disorder, and severe learning disability. According naman kay Cons et al. 2001, ang kanyang design is RCT at ang kanyang study exclusion criteria is schizophrenia, bipolar, substance dependence, and antisocial personality disorder. According naman ulit kay Cons et al. 2006, ang kanyang design is RCT at ang kanyang study exclusion criteria is schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, substance dependence, and antisocial personality disorder. According naman kay Linehan et al. 1991, 1993, 1994, ang kanyang design is RCT at ang kanyang study criteria is lifetime psychotic disorder, lifetime bipolar disorder, mental retardation, seizure disorder requiring medication, and mandate to treatment, need for primary treatment for debilitating condition. According naman kay Linehan ulit at et al. 1999, ang kanyang design is RCT. Ang kanyang study criteria naman is psychotic disorder, bipolar disorder, and mental retardation. According ulit kay Linehan et al. 2002, ang kanyang design is RCT at ang kanyang study exclusion criteria naman is bipolar disorder, psychosis, seizure disorder, and mental retardation. According naman kina Linehan et al. 2006, Harm et al. 2008, and Bedis, Arkims, Comtwist, and Linehan 2007, ang kanilang design is RCT at ang kanilang study exclusion criteria is lifetime psychotic disorder, lifetime bipolar disorder, mental retardation, seizure disorder requiring medication, mandate to treatment, and need for primary treatment for debilitating condition. According naman kay Linehan et al. Ulit, 2008, ang kanyang design is RCT at ang kanyang study criteria is schizophrenia, bipolar 1, schizoaffective psychotic disorder, mental retardation, seizure disorder, substance dependence within last 6 months, and SSI in the prior of 8 weeks from screening, pregnant. According naman kay Lynch et al. 2007, ang kanyang design is RCT at ang kanyang study naman is bipolar disorder, psychotic symptom signs of cognitive impairment, and current ECT. According naman ulit kay Lynch et al. 2003, ang kanyang design is RCT at ang kanyang study naman is bipolar disorder, psychotic symptom, sign of cognitive impairment, current ECT. According naman kay McDonnell et al. 2010, ang kanyang design is controlled trials at ang kanyang study is all about admissions for legal competence restoration. According naman kay McMain et al. 2009, ang kanyang design is RCT at ang kanyang study naman is all about psychotic disorder, bipolar 1 disorder, delirium, dementia, mental retardation, substance dependence in the last month, medicational condition that produce psychiatric medication, serious medical condition, plans to live in the next 2 years. According kina ni Axiu, Everly, Kramer, Wiseman, and Linehan 2013, ang kanilang design is RCT. Ang kanilang study is all about current psychotic disorder, bipolar 1, BPD, had DBT before, mandated to treatment, severe suicidality, not willing to continue ancillary psychotherapy. According naman kay Pistoriello et al. 2012, ang kanyang design is RCT at ang kanyang study naman is psychosis, individual or group DBT. According naman kay Fekit 2005, ang kanyang design is controlled trial at ang kanyang study is none. At according naman kay kina Rothfuss and Miller 2002, ang kanilang design is controlled trial. According naman sa kanilang study is none. According naman kay Deopke et al. 2011, ang kanyang design is controlled trial at ang kanyang study is all about lifetime diagnosis of schizophrenia, bipolar 1, bipolar 2, substance abuse within last 6 months, and mental retardation. According naman kina Safer, Telk, and Agras 2001, ang kanilang design is RCT, ang kanilang study is none. According naman kay Safer, Robinson, and Joe 2010, and Safer and Joyce 2011, ang kanilang design is RCT at ang kanilang study is body mass index 17.5 kg in psychotherapy, unstable medication, regular use of compensatory behavior psychosis, current alcohol or drug abuse, and severe depression with suicide attempt, use of weight-altering medication, severe medical condition, current pregnancy or breastfeeding, and planning gastric bypass. According naman kina Salvac and Andre et al. 2009, ang kanilang design is RCT at ang kanilang study naman is unable to speak or understand German, psychotic disorder. According kay Soler et al. 2005, ang kanyang design is RCT at ang kanyang study criteria is none. According naman ulit sa kanya, 2009, RCT, ang kanyang design at ang kanyang study criteria is all about schizophrenia, drug-induced psychosis, organic brain syndrome, substance dependence, bipolar mental retardation, and current depression. According naman kay Telk, Argas, and Leinheim 2001, ang kanilang design is RCT at ang kanilang study criteria naman is current psychotherapy, weight loss program, using psychotropic medication, current substance use disorder, current suicidality, psychosis, and pregnancy. According naman kina Tropin, Stewart, Beach, and Voisky 2002, ang kanilang design is control trial at ang kanilang study criteria is none. According naman kay Turner 2000, ang kanyang design is RCT at ang kanyang study exclusion criteria is schizophrenia, schizoaffective, bipolar, organic mental disorder, and mental retardation. According naman kay Van den Vost et al. 2002 at Verhel et al. 2003, ang kanilang design is RCT at ang kanilang study criteria is psychotic disorder, bipolar disorder, mental retardation, not living in the area. At according naman kay Van Dijk, Jeffrey at Katz 2013, ang kanilang design is RCT at ang kanilang study criteria naman is currently in a manic state, developmental delay, ongoing violent or aggressive behavior, and unable to understand English. For the last slide, according to Waltz et al. 2009, ang kanyang design is RCT at ang kanyang study exclusion criteria naman is previous former DBT experience, actively psychotic. According naman kay Weiser, Tyler, Helmany, Taplin, and Henderson 2008, ang kanilang design is control trial at ang kanilang study naman is none. Lastly, according to Wolf et al. 2011, ang kanyang design is RCT at ang kanyang study exclusion is schizophrenia, current substance dependence, and severe cognitive dysfunction. So, that's all for my part. Thank you for listening. Again, my name is Amira D. Abbas.